everybody, welcome to another fabulous week of the Doe and 5-0 show. Damn, it feels like we just did this.
It does feel like that.
I think we're even still wearing the same damn clothes as last week.
We are.
You're
I'll
dirty.
be darned. You're disgusting.
You are. We're both disgusting. As we announced last week, I'm actually in Florida, so this was taped 2 weeks ago, I guess, at this point. So we wanted to make sure we didn't skip a beat, so we recorded back-to-back shows. So apologize if some of these headlines are boring to you guys. They shouldn't be, because they're obscure, and I think they're funny. I'm going to start here, Joe, out of Cleveland, Ohio, where you can watch a drone drop some weed and a cell phone into the inmates at the Ohio jail. Attack of the drones. I'll put the video up there for everybody to see. Joe's not seen this yet.
This will be a first for me. He's waiting for it.
He's waiting for it, so he knows it's coming. He's got his shirt. He's got a shirt there. I think he's going to try and catch the incoming package. Here it comes. Oh! He tripped over the cornhole board. And he dropped it down and picked it right up. Look how slick that is.
Wow. He's on surveillance, right?
So, yeah, out of Cleveland, Ohio, the county prosecutor's office is investigating after a drone dropped materials for inmates to use inside the county jail complex in Euclid. Surveillance video that you guys are seeing here, released by the county, shows a group of male inmates playing cornhole before one looks up into the sky. Dark object can be then seen dropping to the ground, and the man goes to grab it before walking away back to the back wall to join the other guys. Officials say the incident took place in the summer, and the materials included marijuana and a cell phone. Prosecutors say the case is under review, although no criminal charges have been filed at this time. So that's a pretty creative way to get some dope and whatever illegal items into the jail.
And you know what? They're just going to make it so the inmates can't be outside.
Yeah, I'm sure they were probably put on lockdown. So.
Oh, jeez.
Out of Indiana, Joe, here, Tippecanoe County, Indiana couple accused of abandoning their daughter says she was actually an adult who tried to kill them.
Oh, well, if that's true, I get it.
A couple accused of abandoning their adopted daughter says the allegations are false and that they are the victims. According to court documents filed earlier this month in Tippecanoe County, Christine and Michael Barnett adopted a Ukrainian-born girl with dwarfism back in 2010, but they abandoned her in Lafayette, Indiana in 2013 when they moved to Canada. They're accused of changing the girl's age from 8 to 22 before they left. And they told the girl to tell people that she looks young for her age.
Why wouldn't they say at least 18? I mean, 22, that's weird. All right. They're a bright couple.
Well, they were both charged with neglect of a dependent, and they bonded out of the Tippecanoe County Jail last week. But in an interview with the Daily Mail, Christine says the adoption was a scam, and the girl is actually an adult who has made a career out of fooling people into thinking she's a young girl. Christine told the Daily Mail she and her now ex-husband agreed to an emergency adoption from an adoption center in Florida.
It all comes around, doesn't it?
They didn't know many details about the girl's background. They just knew she needed a home immediately because her previous adoptive parents gave her up for undisclosed reasons. Within the first few weeks, Christine told the Daily Mail there were signs that their new daughter wasn't actually a young girl at all. She had a sophisticated vocabulary, she shunned other children, and she had a period.
Oh, well, that would probably tell you.
They took the girl to a family physician who ordered a bone density test to help determine her actual age. The results suggested she was at least at 14 years of age, so Christine says their family began treating her like a teenager. But then Christine says the girl started making death threats against them. She allegedly tried to poison Christine and push her into an electric fence, and she attacked a baby. The Barnett family took the girl to a state-run psychiatric unit to get her help. During treatment, the girl allegedly confessed to being much older, and she said she wanted to kill her family.
No.
WLFI News out of Lafayette got a doctor's report that says Barnett's daughter is actually an adult. The letter says the girl has made a career out of perpetuating her age facade, and she has continued to fool those who have the best intentions. They legally changed the girl's age in June of 2012 with the Marion County Superior Court so she could receive appropriate psychiatric care. Christine told the Daily Mail they helped her to get a Social Security number, apply for benefits, food stamps, and an identification card. In August of 2012, she was discharged from a secure psychiatric care unit, and she was placed under the supervision of state health care provider. When she was kicked out of that facility, Christine says they helped her secure housing for her in Lafayette. They continued to pay for her housing when they moved to Canada for their son Jacob's education. Jacob, now age 21, is a psychologist prodigy. The entire family moved to Canada so he could attend the Premier Institute for Theoretical Physics. I'm sorry, he's a physician. in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. While in Lafayette, the girl attended classes at a Lafayette Adult Resource Academy. WLFI spoke with a woman who was her colleague and neighbor. She said the girl just stopped going to classes one day. Court documents obtained by the news shows she was evicted from her apartment back in May of 2014. By then, Christine says she vanished and stopped returning her calls. She fears she stopped taking her medication and is posing as a child for another family. I would have forced her back into treatment, but I couldn't do that any longer because she was an adult. In 2016, the couple applied to become the girl's guardians, but the Barnetts filed an objection saying she was an adult. Christine says witnesses came before the court to testify they were certain the girl was 22 years old. The judge upheld the original results, and the couple dropped the guardianship petition. Christine says it doesn't make sense why they're being charged with crimes now, all these years later, after her age was upheld in a court for the second time. Michael is expected to appear in the Tippecanoe Superior Court in Lafayette. It's unclear when Christine's next court date is, so this is very bizarre.
Well, that changed all. I mean, at first I thought these were terrible parents, and at the end it's like, leave them alone. That chick is nuts. So she really is 22.
Yeah, according to the court records, yes.
Yeah.
That
wasn't
can
even.
you imagine?
That wasn't even a funny story though. That's just.
It started off sounding funny. And
yeah, it did.
It's very bizarre. I mean, can you imagine going through an adoption agency? Don't ever do it in Florida. For
starters. No. Well, the whole thing was jacked up. It has to be right now and stuff like that. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Strange, goodness.
Strange, very strange. Moving on to Connecticut. Connecticut nursing home now in hot water for Connecticut nursing home in hot water after residents keep getting caught, Joe, with cocaine. Nursing home in Connecticut has been fined due to the use of cocaine on the premises. Residents of the Regal Care of New Haven have been caught on numerous occasions with traces of the substance. Be that they're unresponsive on the floor due to overdosing, or simply handling someone on a cocaine-tainted dollar bill. According to the New York Post, a nurse's aide was fired after a resident told staff that the aide was funneling the cocaine into the facility. After every drug-related incident, staffers were ordered to enter the residents' rooms to search for drugs, but ultimately they did not carry out the orders. Regal Care of New Haven was later fined $1,680 by the CT Department of Public Health.
That's it?
Granny and Grandpa just trying to have a good time before they go out.
Just over $1,000?
Yeah, big deal, right?
I'm a little concerned about that place. I'm not sending my mom there.
Well, does she live in Connecticut?
No, I'm just saying.
Out of West Harrison, Indiana, Joe, investigators quickly solved crime after finding alleged thief's phone at the scene of the crime.
See, now we're getting to better stories.
A man accused of breaking into an Indiana business made the investigators' jobs easy. Police said he left his cell phone at the crime scene. According to Eagle County 99.3, police were called to USA Choppers in West Harrison on September 17th after someone broke into the store and stole several items. A neighboring business owner provided police with surveillance camera footage, and they tracked a white Nissan Maxima to Michael R. Cheney. Police also found Cheney's cell phone underneath a window, which the thief broke in order to break into the business. Cheney was arrested and charged with burglary while armed with a deadly weapon, which was a level 2 felony, burglary at a level 5 felony, theft, a Class A misdemeanor, and 2 counts of criminal mischief, both Class B misdemeanors. He didn't seem too pretty. He's pretty happy that he got booked in there, it looks like. So.
Yeah. Well,
they found my phone. That's probably what he's thinking. I was looking for that.
It's an expensive phone.
Can't fix stupid, folks. Can't fix stupid. Northeast man in court for farting while bent over during a strip search. Man has been ordered. Man has been ordered to carry out unpaid work after he farted during a police strip search, telling them, "How do you like that?" Disgruntled Stewart Cook deliberately broke wind 3 times during the search after being caught with cannabis.
How do you deliberately break wind?
Alan Townsend said police attended where is this out of? This is somewhere else.
Let's just assume it's Florida.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's another country.
Okay.
Anyway, they were following up on a report of collision, saw a 28-year-old standing next to a vehicle talking to the driver of another vehicle. He said officers approached him and smelled some weed. Cook became irate, and then he was handcuffed, and he began shouting at the officers. A search was carried out of Cook, and the vehicle contained a small amount of marijuana. Cook continued to act in the same way when he was driven to the local police station. He screamed explicitives at the officers and puffed out his chest, according to the court documents. At the station, he was strip-searched and told to bend over. At a previous hearing, the prosecutor described what happened next. She said he deliberately farted in the direction of the officer 3 different times, stating, "How do you like that?" Cook of Ann Street in Stonehaven previously pled guilty to possession of marijuana and to behaving in a threatening or abusive manner by shouting and screaming aggressively, displaying aggressive body language, making lewd remarks towards police, and intentionally flatulating in the direction of officers.
Now, okay, so he's being scriptures. He's bent over, and he's in a very vulnerable position because instead of searching with what do they use to search? Never mind, I know what they're searching. What if they use their fist? How do you like that?
I mean, I just wonder what he had for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or whatever before this happened.
I'm sure somebody knows.
Well, after that whole escapade, he was ordered to carry out 75 hours of unpaid work, just for farting on the police and having some weed on him. All right, well, that's all we got for this week's stimulating news headlines. Now it's time, Joe, for this week in Florida.
Florida.
Here we go.